What is a housing market correction? Interest rates are higher than they were 2 months ago, but we're still seeing a shortage of houses for sale. Well, I'll cover this topic in today's video. Normally, a housing market correction would be when home prices shrink by 10% or more. Lawrence Yun, chief economist, I said it, I was having trouble saying that, of the National Association of Realtors, recently said he anticipates 9% drop in home sales this year. Well, that's pretty close, so we may see a correction. If you were around during 2009, that's when we had a recession. That's different than a correction. But recession is what people think of when a housing market changes. We could have both. Of course, we don't have a crystal ball, and we'll only know what happens after it happens. Well, that's what most real estate professionals say. But it's kind of like looking in a rear view mirror to see what happened.
Oops.
This is from the National Association of Realtors. They do this weekly real estate monitor and constantly report data so that we understand what's going on in the marketplace. You can see where we are right now. There's a drop-off in annual existing home sales. It went from just under 6.5 to 5.77 million. You can also see since August of last year, we've seen a decline in the number of home sales month after month. We've seen a consistent decline every month. It's been a little bit less of the number of homes that are selling. The data suggests there's something going on right now. So what's fueling the shift that's taking place? There's a lot of more market forces at hand that are far outside of our control, but it's important for us to know what they are. I find that having this information and understanding what's going on gives me a bit of peace of mind, don't you? Then I can act accordingly. So yeah, last year, according to the National Association of Realtors, I'm having trouble speaking today, the market was overheated. The home sales pace wasn't sustainable over time. It makes sense that there's some pulling back from a hot year, but there's a few other things that are taking place as well. Because it's not just that the market was overheated last year, mortgage rates have gone up significantly and faster than we originally anticipated. We thought we'd see interest rates around 5% by the end of this year, and we saw those rates last month. By the way, before the war in Ukraine and inflation, they were actually predicting 4% by the end of the year. Then into the war and inflation, and all of a sudden, we hit that 4% within weeks, not by the end of the year. We've also seen a pretty significant jump in home prices. Last year, homes jumped 23.6% on a national scale. That means there are local markets that are a lot more than there are markets with a lot less. Inflation is expected to average 8.2%. It's already been the greatest inflationary increase in 40 years, so you have that going on as well. So, to sum it up, that means the average mortgage payment has gone up by 30%, and that makes homes less affordable. Now, there's some other market forces that hasn't changed. What's really interesting is that there's not enough supply to meet the demand. That's been what's been happening for the last couple of years. The question for us to ask is not if the market is going to crash, or when will the market crash, or how badly the market will crash. Yes, looking at the data suggests that there's a transition taking place. It doesn't mean that it's going to hit a peak and then go down. It could very well just kind of be bumping along like waves and up and down and up and down and up and down. But I find it's better to ask, what can we do to prepare for a changing market? You don't have to be depressed. To be honest with you, when the market goes through a shift, it can be a good thing. We have a lot of competition these days that makes the market tough for buyers. When the market gets a little uncertain, we have less competition. If you've got the right strategies and the right real estate advisor, you're going to do just fine. If you've been around long enough, you know markets change. If you find this video interesting, please subscribe to my channel and check in the link below. I have more information like this to share. And check in the description below and sign up for my monthly newsletter. This is Kimberly with Guide Real Estate.